Hey, thanks for slithering in. I am Symtherin and welcome back to another speed build in The Sims 4. Today is our first ever occult build of the season because, you know, it's spooky season and we're starting here in Moonwood Mill with a home for like a little werewolf family, which I have to be honest with you guys, I had a ton of fun with this build. The exterior shape of it is pretty simple, and I did have an inspiration picture, and I'm gonna pop that up on the screen right now. Like most of my inspiration, I got it on Pinterest, and the full moon was just speaking werewolf to me, and I loved it. And I like it that it's different because typically a werewolf build would be very run down, very messy. This one isn't so messy, maybe a little cluttered, and maybe some of the furniture is a little older, but I imagine that this werewolf family is maybe a little well off. Maybe they just moved here or something. I don't know. You guys can get creative if you want to play here, but it does have 2 bedrooms and enough room for 4 Sims. You can probably squeeze in another bedroom if you want to change, like, there's like a little family room living space in the front of the house that could probably be good for a bedroom, even an office. Because then there's another spot in the house with a little couch and stuff that you can definitely use as like your living room per se. So if you needed room, there's plenty of room in this build for your werewolf family. I have not done any werewolf gameplay. I have seen some on like, you know, Twitch and YouTube and things of other people playing it. And from what I've seen, it's pretty darn cute, especially the little werewolf kids and their little howls. And I don't know, it's something I definitely want to play at some point because one day I will have time to play all the packs and see all the features and things like that, but at this time it's not in the near future, but maybe one day. And werewolves is definitely up there on my list. For next Saturday, I do plan on doing another occult build for our little speed build, so let me know down in the comments below which one you think it will be. I have a plan of what I think it's going to be. I haven't built it yet, but I have it written down of what I'm planning to do, but it could change, so let me know down in the comments below which one you think it would be or which one you would like to see first or you're excited for. I'm trying to get as many of them in as I can. So now we are finishing up some of the landscaping. I put a whole bunch of ivy around this build and I felt like it really finished it off, like at least the exterior. Usually I like to put columns and things on like every corner of the house, even if it's not holding anything up. It usually adds a lot of dimension, but for this build, I felt like it was taking away from it a little bit, if that makes sense. But adding this ivy really, really sold it for me. So hopefully you like it. That is from the Discover University debug menu or live edit menu, one of those. I never know which is in which because I always have those cheats turned on thanks to the Better Build by mod by Twisted Mexi, which you can find in the description below a list of all the mods that I use. It's really just Twisted Mexi, Better Build by, and T.O.O.L. I don't really dabble in anything else, at least not at this time. But yeah, there's that. So all of that information is down below. Here, I pulled out these stone pieces from Journey to Batuu. I know, isn't that crazy? But Journey to Batuu is so, how do you say it? It's different. There's a lot of controversy. That's the word. There's a lot of controversy around that pack. You either hate it or you love it. I am on Team Batuu because of the build by items, especially the debug menu. There's lots of good things in there, but just like that, our landscaping is pretty much complete and I really liked it. I shared some pictures of this build over on Twitter or X. It's always going to be Twitter. What am I talking about? But at night, it was just gorgeous with like the clear night sky and the stars, and it was so pretty. I'll have some of those screenshots at the end too if you want to see them. But if you don't want to wait, even though I hope you do, definitely follow me over on Twitter and Instagram and all those things, because I do share things, especially like whips, like work in progress pieces. Let me get my words out. Okay. But yeah, I like to show a little of that and some sneak peeks and I don't know, some life stuff occasionally. Nothing too crazy, but sometimes a couple pictures of my dogs, maybe my cat might find its way there. So yeah, if you're interested in that, definitely go and follow those socials. Here is the living room that I was speaking about a little while ago that I feel like could make a good bedroom if you need it. You can definitely change that archway into a door pretty easily and do what you need to do in here if you need more than 4 Sims. You can probably fit 2 more Sims in here if you're creative. Maybe put a bunk bed, that's the word. But I liked mixing and matching the couches here. The one with the blanket draped over it is from the Basement Haven kit. And then this other one here is from the Book Nook kit. I love these 2 couches and I feel like I use them all the time. But I felt like mixing and matching those was kind of a vibe. And I even have these end tables from Horse Ranch. We have this coffee table also from the basement kit. The fireplace is from Eco Lifestyle. And then I switched out that Werewolf's bookcase for these from the Book Nook kit. I didn't feel like it fit the vibe too much because this isn't too like run down per se. Like I was saying, there's some things like it's probably in the early phases of becoming run down, I would say, because the werewolf babies are pretty young in my mind for the family living here. So they haven't gotten into their destructive phase yet. And I figured the parents are probably a little more able to control their like werewolf selves, I guess. They're, a little more well off. Here is where the kitchen is, and I was really trying to use the new counters from the Home Chef Hustle pack. They were just a little too modern for this build, so we went with these base game counters and this cottage living stove. And I think I do keep the fridge from the new stuff pack, which I love this fridge because usually, sometimes I like to use the tool mod to size up the fridge in case or to kind of fill that gap between the fridge and the cabinet. But with this fridge, you do not need to do that. And it's a godsend, I swear. But I love how cute and little tiny this kitchen is. Instead of doing a full island, I picked out a table and I put some clutter on there. Kind of like a makeshift island, per se. I've seen some simmers do that, but I've also seen it in real life because that is literally what my grandma has in the middle of her kitchen. It's just like this little table. Hers is on wheels, so it's pretty cool. But yeah, I think it's a great use if you need an extra surface, in your kitchen for things. So here I put some clutter from the werewolf pack and other clutter, I think, kitchen things. I put these planters from the Greenhouse Haven kit. I don't really know why. I can't remember. I wouldn't be able to tell you what I was thinking in my head. I just thought that was kind of interesting to put in the kitchen instead of your typical kitchen clutter. So I did think about putting a moon rug here, but I ended up not doing it. These are fancy werewolves, guys. They're pretty fancy. And over in this corner, we have our dining table. I did end up using the one from the Werewolves pack and paired it with these Horse Ranch. I believe those are Horse Ranch chairs because honestly, and I keep saying it in every video, I can't stop using items from the Horse Ranch pack. And I probably will slow down on it eventually, like when a new pack comes out, whenever that will be. Because I feel like when there's a new expansion pack, especially, I tend to just fall in love with that style. It happened with Growing Together, and that's why, like, for the longest time, I was doing these bigger family homes that I typically wouldn't do in the past. And now I feel like I'm starting to downsize a little bit because I realized I can't spend 6 hours on a build all the time. So this one, I am proud to say that I actually finished, I believe, on the same day that I started it. That is like 3 builds in a row. However, for my 4th build that I actually started after this one, yeah, I didn't finish that yet, so I guess there goes that streak. But that's okay. It's okay. I'm so proud of myself anyway. How long does it typically take you guys to build? I'm curious. I know some people have different experience with that. I can't imagine like some of these simmers who build like super large mansions, and I must take them forever. I mean, I could never. I could, but it would take me a while. So let me know what your typical time span is for a build. Here is what I'm calling like the secondary living room. Like if you turn the other room into a bedroom, this is a great little space. There's no TV, but you can move that mirror. I have a moon mirror there from the Werewolf pack. You can definitely like chuck that out of the way and put a TV on that wall and your Sims will watch it. I also put this punching bag here because I thought that would be fun. And I do put some of those crates from the Basement Haven kit for like your vinyl records. And here's when I'm like, oh, maybe I should make this look more like werewolves maybe live here, something like random clutter, and just fill up these spaces. So they're like getting there, you know? But sometimes you want like, I don't know, more put together werewolf families maybe? I'm saying that right? I don't know. Here in the hallway up on the 2nd floor, we are putting, I'm trying to fit a desk now, but I end up not. I end up putting the desk space in one of the bedrooms, the parents' bedroom, and here I end up putting one of the stand-up pianos. I can't remember which one I put, so we'll see that in a little bit. But yeah, this whole desk is definitely going to move over. Here is the piano. I think that is the one from Growing Together. And I like pairing it with these images or pictures from, is that Paranormal? Yes. I felt like that house in that one picture looked almost similar to what I've got going on the exterior. It's like maybe a little different, but I think the vibe is there. So you can tell me if I'm wrong. And here is our first bedroom. I do want to take a moment and say that there are 2 bathrooms in this build. There's one on the 1st floor and there is one up here on the 2nd floor, but for, you know, just for time's sake, so that this video isn't like too crazy long, I did not do those on camera. I typically don't, unless it's like a build with 1 bathroom, like an apartment or a tiny home or something. I usually don't include the bathrooms in the videos. Because usually what I do if it's like there's multiple bathrooms in one build, I usually just copy and paste. And because they're bathrooms, I don't think they necessarily need to look different unless they're like ensuite bathrooms for specific Sims. But other than that, if they're shared bathrooms, they're just gonna look the same because that's a lot of effort. So much effort. But this bedroom came along pretty quickly. We got the bed. I think that's from Seasons. I'm pretty sure that's from Seasons. I sure hope it is. Seasons, cottage living, end tables. That desk is from the Werewolves pack. This painting from Realm of Magic. And I'm just adding some clutter now. So I liked how this bedroom came out. I think it's pretty simple considering. And then some horse ranch lamps, apparently. I also put an easel in here. I tend to forget about like activities for your Sims sometimes. which I'm trying to get better at. And easels are usually pretty easy to fit in because they don't take up much room. They really don't. And they're a great way to make simoleons in game too, so I hear. I think it's one of the easiest ways. What's your favorite way to make money in the game? Let me know. I'm curious because there's gardening, now there's cooking, there's candle making, there's so many. Foraging, horse training, I guess now. I don't know. Let me know. Anyway, here is our last and final bedroom of the build. This is for a child and a toddler because of course I had to use this toddler bed from the Werewolves pack because it's just too cute. And I kind of like how it merged into this bunk bed, which I also think is from Werewolves. So, I don't know. I think it's functional. I hope it is. But as we're cluttering it up, yeah, that's about it. This is the final part of the video. So we are gonna head into the tour very soon, and then screenshots and all of that good stuff. So, oh yeah, I forgot the little teddy bear guy I put there. Okay, well anyway, thank you guys for watching, and if you enjoyed the video, do all the things. Hit the thumbs up button, subscribe if you're not already. We have lots of fun videos planned for the rest of the year. So I hope to see you guys in the next one, and I will talk to you later. Have a great weekend. Bye.